why you should never use one of these again. How many people reach for this type of measuring tape when they go to measure a building? Well, I can tell you there's an easier way. This only goes up to 25 feet, which is smaller than most buildings, at least in the commercial world. Hi, my name is Alex. I'm a commercial real estate broker here in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. And I wanted to share a way to be able to measure property a little bit easier than maybe what you've used in the past. So if you haven't checked it out yet, this is a laser digital measuring tape. What this does is it reaches 165 feet versus 25. And it's a lot easier too. So you can kind of see what it does is it can measure in real time. Tells you that's 7 feet away. Or you can measure the square footage by measuring simply length and width, and it'll automatically calculate the square footage. So the reason I started using this is simply the other wouldn't reach far enough. You know, I measure a lot of retail buildings or industrial buildings. The space is so far away that there's just simply no way a measuring tape could do it. And even if it did, I wouldn't want to run it that far out. So this saves you a lot of headache. It also has a memory on it as well to remember what the last 10 measurements were, so you don't have to write everything down. And it calculates odd shapes and as well, not just perfect shapes like rectangles or squares. So why would you use one of these little gadgets? Well, about blind myself. One of the things that I've noticed is that we're not going to get exactly the measurements because that's an appraiser's job. It's actually a whole different license and profession in itself. But what this will do is it'll allow us to get a rough ballpark of what the actual measurements are. When a tenant wants to lease a space, they want to know how big it is. And when a buyer wants to buy a property, they're going to want to know the square footage because usually that's what the price is based off of. So here's a closer look of what it looks like. This specific brand is Bosch. It's the highest brand that I'm aware of. I think there's others out there, but I've had great experience with this one. Never had any issues. And it's as small as the cell phones used to be back when cell phones first came out. It fits right in your pocket, no issues. So if you're used to having a cell phone in your pocket, this shouldn't be too much different. It also comes with this little Velcro case you can put on your belt if you don't want to hold it. So as a commercial real estate broker, the main feature I use is to calculate the square footage. So you simply, like I said, length, width, and that usually covers it. Now, one of the unique features on here is as you are wanting to measure something, maybe as you're moving, just because it's constantly measuring something different, or as you're walking closer to something, you can use a function that allows you to just measure it as it goes. So if I go to the first setting, hit this red button, which is the laser, I can see that's 7 feet, 6 feet, 5 feet. As you move closer or away, it changes. So you can kind of get if you're just walking something, you kind of get an idea of what it is as you're measuring it. So the link for this digital measuring tape is in the description below, as well as my contact information. Again, I'm a real estate broker with Creek Commercial here in Oklahoma City. If you're a buyer or a seller for commercial real estate or somebody that's leasing commercial real estate in our market, please feel free to reach out. I'll be happy to answer any of your questions. Have a great day.